The deeper question is, who is actually in charge at any given time? You know, this notion that he's only sharp for 6 hours of the day, this is an incredibly volatile moment, in part because of his failures.
Are we having
everything you're saying, I'm sorry, is speculation.
When logic and foolery collide. Sales of oil have historically been predominantly in U.S. dollars. Recently, oil producers such as Saudi Arabia have been exploring options for sales in other currencies. Oil sales in other currencies would lessen the demand for the U.S. dollar. So I ask you, if there is less demand for the U.S. dollar, what happens to the U.S. dollar? Look, it's reasons like this why I feel Birch Gold is a valuable resource to you. For over 20 years, Birch Gold Group has helped tens of thousands of Americans diversify their savings by converting an IRA or a 401k into an IRA in physical gold. To learn more, text Brandon to 989898 and claim your free, no obligation info kit on gold. Birch Gold has earned my respect with their education first approach, their thousands of happy customers, and their countless 5-star reviews. Learn how gold can help your savings before the dollar plunges any further. Text Brandon to 989898 today. Like and subscribe to the channel. Y'all already know what to do. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, CNN goes off the rails. Because when logic and foolery collide, we have a tremendous argument on hand. I want you to listen to this. Let's try to be fair, right? Let's try to be impartial. I want you to listen to this and tell me which side is arguing with facts and relevance and which side is arguing out of emotion. And we're going to play it here. I'm not going to tell you who the conservatives are. I'm not going to tell you who the liberals are. Obviously, you know it's the CNN, so the host is a nut. But everybody else on here, when you first look at it, you have no idea who's who. I'm going to play the clips, and I want you to give a fair evaluation. And I want you to let me know if the side that's pro-Biden or the side that's anti-Biden is correct. And the way you do that is you go A for pro-Biden, B for against Biden. And you tell me and put A or B in the comment section if one of those you believe had a better, more accurate presentation of facts. All right. Let's go.
When somebody says he had to, they don't understand the presidency. If he were investigated and he was about to be impeached and maybe removed,
that's so obviously false that I mean.
Oh, it's not so obviously false. I'm telling you, he did not have to.
Give it up. He has not given it up. He's still there for another 6 months when he's manifestly incapable.
Tell me how you know he's manifestly incapable.
I'm sorry to say that this is a sensitive matter where there are a lot of folks who have been talking about this for some time.
Oh, yes, I've heard them too. My doctor tells me he thinks he might have something, but he also says, but he's not my patient.
And look, the deeper problem, the deeper question is, who is actually in charge at any given time? You know, this notion that he's only sharp for 6 hours of the day, this is an incredibly volatile moment, in part because of his failures.
Are we having
everything you're saying, I'm sorry, is speculation. Let me tell you what is not speculation.
It's not speculation.
It is speculation because actually, unlike you, I've actually seen the guy at 9 o'clock at night. I have seen him after he has had 5 different events in 24 hours.
Might that cloud your judgment?
No, what?
Do you think that makes you more objective?
Well, the fact that I have actually seen him, whereas you're just reading gossip and speculation.
Gossip. We all saw the debate. We all saw the debate where Joe Biden was clearly incompetent, unable to address questions that he should have been able to address. We know that Robert Hur and Merrick Garland kept those audio tapes from the public.
And Democratic lawmakers.
And we all saw the debate, which is why
Kamala Harris, who is now going to be running for president, deceived the American people.
I'm sorry.
No, this is
a story.
One at a time.
I appreciate
Ashley, go ahead.
that the enthusiasm that Kamala Harris has now sparked in the Democratic Party has made some people nervous. But the story that Joe Biden is lying to the public is not. When was the last time you were with Joe Biden? When was the last time you were with Joe Biden? So if you weren't...
There are a lot of Democrats in Congress who were with him in October 2021 who were frightened and afraid in October 2021 because he could not clearly communicate a case for passing major legislation, something that he specialized in during the Obama administration.
Donald Trump's chief of staff was afraid of Donald Trump.
They still, the whole Republican Party is still afraid of Donald Trump.
Absolutely. And that was a real vulnerability.
The only time that we have talked about the 25th Amendment regarding a precedent in the recent history has been cabinet members of Donald Trump.
I appreciate the pivot. I think that makes
no,
a lot of sense.
No, it's not a pivot. It's true.
I just like to say thank you.
All right, y'all had a chance. A for pro, B for anti-Biden. I think that the anti-Biden side is clearly, like, this is the thing that disingenuous people say. They're trying to lie to us again on television in front of these people and say that Joe Biden didn't have to step down and that there's nothing wrong with Joe Biden. Democrats, after the debate, were crying on television saying we're concerned. This was a terrible debate. He should step down. They said it on television. Nick got the video.
I, too, was on the phone throughout much of the debate with Obama world people, with Democrats, with people who are political operatives, with campaign operatives. My phone really never stopped buzzing throughout. And the universal reaction was somewhere approaching panic. The people who were texting with me were very concerned about President Biden seeming extremely feeble, seeming extremely weak.
And there is a conversation happening inside Biden's circle, and certainly a much more frank conversation happening inside the Democratic coalition. And I think there will be stories of a lot of concern about the performance tonight. And I think when you say conversations happening, what do you mean? I think people are talking. I think the conversations range from whether he should be in this race tomorrow morning to what was wrong with him. I mean, he has a cold.
He didn't do well at all. He did not do well at all. And he looked, I'll give you the analysis. You kind of have the old man versus the con man. I can walk you through how I'm supposed to see it and say it, but I just want to speak from my heart. I love that guy. That's a good man. He loves his country. He's doing the best that he can. But he had a test to meet tonight to restore confidence of the country and of the base, and he failed to do that. And I think there's a lot of people who are going to want to see him consider taking a different course now. We're still far from our convention.
Minutes into the debate, and it continues right now. It involves party strategists, it involves elected officials, it involves fundraisers. And they're having conversations about the president's performance, which they think was dismal, which they think will hurt other people down the party in the ticket, and they're having conversations about what they should do about it. Some of those conversations include, should we go to the White House and ask the president to step aside? Other of the conversations are about, should prominent Democrats go public with that call? Because they feel this debate was so terrible. They do say, in moments in the debate later, the president got better and got his footing, but then at the end, even his closing statement was a little...
They said it on television. He should step down. We were hearing reports of congressmen and people in the Democrat Party that are writing him letters. That we had donors that said they're not donating to the campaign anymore if Joe Biden doesn't step down. Why are these people on television saying, well, he didn't have to step down if he didn't want to? This guy says he was manifestly incapable of articulating himself, of being presidential. Listen, if Joe, this is crazy that they think we're this stupid. Thank God for people like me and others. Joe Biden, if he was doing so well, right? They said he's doing well in the economy, and he's the greatest president in job creation and all of these things. They say all these things are happening. You would think the American people were feeling the effects of all those wonderful, great things. If he wasn't manifestly incapable of running the country, then why would he step down? Come on, I need the big screen. Why would he step down if he had think about this. Joe Biden had the most votes out of any president in United States history. He had more votes than Barack Obama, like about 6 times. And they claim that he's doing so well. There's no issue on the border. We're not getting invaded. Inflation is doing a lot better. gas prices are great, housing market, job creation, everything is so great. This is what they're saying. Why would he step down if something is not wrong with him? Just not doing well in a debate doesn't mean a candidate has to drop out of the race, and the candidate is the actual president. Think about this for a minute. Donald Trump didn't do well in his first debate against Joe Biden. Kamala Harris got dusted off by Pence, and then Trump came back and beat Joe Biden handedly. Now, you look at Joe Biden. Joe Biden said after the debate, Joe Biden said, "I just had a bad night." Nick got the video of that.
Mr. President, thank you for doing this.
Thank you for having me.
Let's start with the debate. You and your team have said you had a bad night. But your friend Nancy Pelosi actually framed the question that I think is on the minds of millions of Americans. Was this a bad episode or the sign of a more serious condition?
It was a bad episode. No indication of any serious condition. I was exhausted. I didn't listen to my instincts in terms of preparing, and I had a bad night.
I just had a bad night. I'm totally fine. My doctors say I'm great. The questions that they were asking him on television is, are you good, bro? People are questioning your cognitive connection here. Are you good? What are they saying? She go, I've been with Joe Biden every night at 9 o'clock at night. What are you doing with Joe Biden at 9 o'clock at night? That's really interesting. Well, even if you were with Joe Biden at 9 o'clock at night, well then, if he's good, then why'd he drop out? Kamala Harris has no resume. She's just the vice president of a failing administration. She was never the president before. She never run a company. She don't have anything, any tangible, other than the fact that she's black, or they say she's black. There's no tangible, I don't know, resume that makes it seem as if she's a capable candidate. It's just crazy how they try to lie to us. And, you know, a lot of people go on fall hook, line, and sinker for it. But the Republicans on the panel are telling the truth. And they're seeing what every American saw when he was debating, or seen when he was debating. He's stuttering and fumbling his words. He's blacking out. I mean, at one point, I thought he was going to pass out and like forget his whole life story. He lies. It's not just the debate. This dude has been doing this all year. He did it when he addressed the nation and he stepped down. He stuttered. He's reading a teleprompter. He's stuttering over the teleprompter. That and this. That and this. And that and this. Come on, bro. You're the president of the United States of America. We got tons of great people in this country that are very brilliant. IQ's off the chart. And you represent our country, and it's terrible. And somehow Kamala Harris has just stepped in because it's the right thing to do to pass the torch to the next greatest. But no, this guy literally died in front of us. He's dying in front of us. And we just letting him die. It's elder abuse. And then at the 11th hour, because it was so terrible, so many people wanted him to drop out. They weren't going to put no more money in the game. This dude don't even come out and address it with his face in the camera. He literally sent out a tweet. You're the president of the United States of America. This is a big announcement. There's a lot of questions you need to answer. Y'all can talk about this 100 years. I'll see y'all on the next one. Tell me who you think won. I'm out.